Okay, good morning, everyone. It is Friday. We're here at Tractor Supply, but we're also at Dollar Tree. I'm going to run into Dollar Tree, see what I can find on things I need. Um, just one of those days. So we're going to go into Dollar Tree, we're going to go into Tractor Supply, and we're also going to go to Kroger. That ground beef, $2.99 a pound, and the 3-pound rolls. Really want that. So let's get into Dollar Tree, see what's going on. Okay, so at Dollar Tree for $1.25, you can get their solar lights. Um, I'm going to tell you, might be a good thing to stock up on. Just saying. I'm really looking hard at these because I think these would be great um, for the garden area. But we're going to use what we have this year. Look at that. These would be perfect, wouldn't they? Well, let's keep going. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick up some wildflower seeds and some other seeds while we're here today. So let me pick some. Okay, so these are the ones I chose. I did get some mammoth sunflowers. I do have some really nice sunflower seeds, but this year I said I wasn't going to get into my seeds. We're just going to buy seeds this year and keep ours that are in storage. So we have our wildflower Xena wildflower bin for for birds and butterflies, and then we have our hummingbirds. So those are the ones we're going to get. Let's keep going. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stock up on some of these feeders here. These are really nice ones for $1.25. I'm going to stock up on some of those. Okay, so I got 5 of them. These are very balanced. They got a metal base and they got a non-slip plastic grip around the edge. So we're going to grab these. These are great for little birds and guinea pigs. So got 5 of those. Something else I'm going to stock up on are these earphones with the jack for my computer. They tend to go bad really quickly, so I'm going to grab a few of these. Okay, so we got 2 of those. I'm hoping those are the right ones. Okay, so I'm looking at canned vegetables and meat, and broth and soups. Yeah, we can get them cheaper at Kroger this week. Okay, so here we are. We're at the spices, we're at the herbs, and we're going to look and we're going to stock up and I'm going to show you what I get. Now, something you want to consider is your imitation vanilla, great to have on hand. But if you're wanting your real vanilla, remember it comes from Madagascar. So that's something you might want to think about. Okay, so I have plenty of salt, but we're always going to be looking for that pepper. And what I'd really like to do is find a really good pepper grinder, so I'm going to have to do that. Um, let's see, what else do we want to look at here? They do have peppercorns for $1.25. All right, so this is what we got today. We got some seasoned salt and we got a garlic pepper seasoning for $1.25. Not a bad deal. Something else I need to pick up is one of these Worcestershire sauces, $1.25. Something else you want to consider too are your sauces and hot sauces, things like that. Some of your srirachas that are imported. So we're going to get some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Something you may not consider are plastic storage containers. Something that we use, something that we don't think about, but all of your plastic goods, let's see here. It does say in USA. Wonderful, right? Made in China. Nope, it was made in China. Think about that. I always think this is a wonderful price for the cherry pie filling. I'm going to grab 2 of those at $1.25 a piece. Dishes, right? Get a place setting now because they will go up as well. Okay, utensils, cooking utensils, knives, things like that. hmm So I'm looking around here and I'm thinking, what do I really, really need? All of these wonderful containers over here. I do need a new mixing bowl though, because I did give my mixing bowl to Solomon for his meals. But let's see what I can find. Okay, so I changed my mind on that, but we've got pie fillings, we got earbuds, seeds, little things, little odds and ends, and we'll see what we spent. Reading glasses, also something else you want to think about preparing with. Just saying. Okay, that's all we got, but some great stock ups, I think. Okay, so I ended up spending, what is it, 22.30 after taxes. So, not too bad, I don't think. I got doubles on things just to stock up. So, this right here is just a stock up um, on things I think that are going to go up. So, all right, let's go to Tractor Supply. Okay, so here we are. We're going to get this Purina Start and Grow non-medicated. We're going to go ahead and get a 50-pound bag. It is $24.49. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so at Tractor Supply, and you know I cannot come in without looking, even though I've got eggs hatching and eggs in the brooder barn. We still have to look, right? Oh, we need some of those. We need. Look at them babies. One day we'll get ducks again. I just look back and think about how fun it was with Lotus and Wang. Okay, so we're here at Kroger and we were going to get gas. It's $3.08 a gallon. I had $1 off, which would make it $2.08 a gallon, but it's shut down. So I am going to have to get gas somewhere else today, and I'm kind of nervous about that. So let's get in there. Okay, we're in. There's a few things here we're going to be looking at. Okay, so we're going to grab some lunch meat, and I think we're going to do, let's see, that's Cons. Okay, we're going to do a private selection salami. We have $1.50 off, and we're going to do, let's see here. Boy, I really am at a loss. We're going to do two. I'll show you what I pick. Okay, so this is what we decided to do. We decided to do one of the bolognas, two of the private selection salamis, and we do have $1. Let's see, what is it? We have $1.50 off one and $1.55 off the other. So there you go. There's our lunch meat for the week. Okay, so we're going to get some grapes. They're $1.99 a pound on a weekly digital. We're going to grab a few bags of those. Okay, so we do have some markdowns, and I'm going to go ahead and grab some, and then I'll show you what I get. Okay, so I chose this one. This is a Power Greens for $2.99. I've got the Organic Girl for $3.14, but I think, oh no, it's not that one. Hold on, let me figure out something else. So I got the spinach instead. So we've got some Power Greens and we have spinach. Okay, we're at the reduced fruits and vegetables. I will show you what I get. Okay, so we got two of the bags of zucchinis and two of the threes of peppers. So 99, 99, 99, 99. Four times. Okay, so we get a bag of kale for $1.35. Okay, so the C pack is on a weekly digital for $4.99. Now, if you look over, some of the Krogers are $3.99 at the same sizes. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get more for our money. So let me see what I can find. Okay, so I got the beer battered cod so we can have fish sandwiches for $4.99. What are we going to spend if we go and get fish sandwiches out? So this might be lunch today. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pick up this stew meat pork, pork for $4.67. We're going to go ahead and get that. We can make a stir fry or something. Okay, so here is the ground beef, the 3-pound rolls. They're $8.97, which makes them $2.99 a pound, which is a really good savings. But I have 3 coupons, and we're going to get 3 of these ground beefs. So we're going to get 3 of them to stock up. Okay, so we're going to look at this chicken, buy one, get 2 free. Okay, so I did the 3 packs of thighs. One is $6.58, one is $6.76, one is $6.85. That's as close as I could find for what they had left in here. So we'd be paying $6.85 for all 3. Not the best deal in the world, but man, we can just take that and throw it in the freezer and in the oven. Okay, so we're going to get 2 of these diced hams. They're 2 for $5, and I have a 2 off a 2. Well, nope, I don't. These are Kroger. Hold on a second. I need the Smithy Field, but those are a pretty good price. I don't know. Let me rethink this. Okay, so I regrouped, and I know what I'm doing here. Maybe. So the Smithy Field is $3.49, and I have a 2 off a 2, which will make them what? $2.49 a piece. So it's going to be a penny cheaper than the Kroger. So we're going to grab 2 of these Smithy Field diced hams. Okay, $4.99 for a dozen eggs. They were on sale last week for $2.99, so they're back to $4.99. Okay, so there is a weekly digital to make the 1 pounds $2.99. We're going to grab a block, and I believe we're going to do the extra sharp, and I'm going to look for another one. Okay, so we have a 5 off a 2 on the axe. These are marked down to $5.99. These are on a weekly digital for $5.99. So I'm going to grab the ones that are $5.99, and it's going to take 5 off a 2. You know what? I changed my mind. I do not want to do this deal today. I'm just really not in the mood for it. So I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to look at some of these discount things over here. You know, I'm kind of having this feeling that they have discontinued the Dove Men antibacterial. But yesterday I was looking around for some medications in my bins, and I found 2 more that I have stashed away. So we're still looking pretty good on it. Okay, so there's some markdowns. This is 30 for $2.39. It's 50% off, so you know what that means. We're going to buy 2 of those. They are on sale. All right, let me. Okay, so I found my Aleve. This is a 24 caplet. It's $5.49. I have a, what is it, $1.50 off. So we're going to get this to hold me off until I can do a coupon deal, because we need to do some couponing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get one of these packages of chicken nuggets. They're $4.99 on a weekly digital. We're going to grab one of those for fun. Okay, so we did one of these Vital Pursuit. It is I think it's a 6 off a 2. So we're going to look and see what they have. I think we're going to do the grilled chicken bowl. I think the other one I like is right here. That's the, well, no, that's not it. Oh, here it is, right here. The grilled herb chicken bowl. So we're going to get these 2. They're $4.79 a piece, and I also have a 6 off of 2. So we're going to grab a hold of those. So we found these beer battered fish marked down to $3.60. We're going to go ahead and grab that. And, you know, we've got some good stuff for some lunches, some meals, ground beef, fruits, vegetables. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is everything we got. We got lots of meat, lots of frozen things, freshies, and we also found our Band-Aids and my Aleve before I find a good coupon deal. So, all right. I'm excited about this one. Not really, because it's going to be extremely expensive. Okay, this says 177.07. I'm about ready to have a coronary. Okay, let's see. That's okay. 116.68. Not too bad for all the meat. Okay, so we're going to look at this receipt, and there was something that had been changed, but it's not showing that it was changed on here. And that is the Gordon's frozen fish was on a markdown for $3.60, and it still shows $7.99. I am not going to go in. I'm not going to go back for that, even though I probably should. The Tyson chicken. I'm trying to think of what the enchilada thing is. I have no idea what the heck that is. And CPAC. What? Okay. Oh, that's the ground beef. Okay. So each one of my 3-pound rolls, one was $7.47, one was $7.97, and the other was $7.97. So that's what I paid each for each 3-pound of ground beef. On the chicken, I did just pay for one. The other 2 were free. Diced ham, one was $1.49. Um, Trying to think what else did I have coupons for. Okay, our salami. I bought two things of salami. One was $3.45. One was $3.59. There's my produce. It's also showing my grapes at $2.59 a pound, but then it shows something else taken off. So I don't know if that was right or not. My olive was $3.99. It had $1.50 off. So I ended up spending $116.68 and saved $60.39. Not too bad, not too shabby. I just don't feel like running back in. I've got a lot to do. The rain's coming in, and I've got to get ready for Lily's doctor coming today. So, y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Shop well. Remember, you can make that budget good, but I really needed to stock up on ground beef. So, we're good for a while, right? All right. Bye, y'all.